We don't have an intro to this podcast. Maybe we'll have one later. And we're back. Hello,
We are
my
back.
my name is Quan, and this is the Movie Guy Podcast. And you are?
And I'm just here for the ride.
All right. Uh,
Just kidding.
couple of announcements today.
uh,
We don't have any announcements. That's the announcement. We are talking about something today. More specifically, we're talking about the Mortal Kombat movie. It came out, and
yeah.
I bought. I got a subscription for HBO Max just to watch Mortal Kombat.
Hells yeah.
Uh,
Here we go.
well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? You're a super fan of Mortal Kombat, right?
Obviously.
Yeah. I am just I'm just a fan. So this is kind of a perspective between a super fan and a kind of a fan.
Right.
Um I'm just going to give the TLDR of my opinion. The fight and the special effects were good. The plot kind of sucked. In my opinion.
Yes. I thought overall it's a good movie, possibly a great movie. The plot lost me. Now, really quick.
I'm just gonna give this. I'm just gonna say this. This movie, Mortal Kombat 2021, is far superior to Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Far
And
superior.
possibly the first one.
Yeah.
Possibly the
And possibly the
1995.
first one. Yeah.
So really quick. A little bit of history lesson really quick from Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat takes place in a tournament where Earthrealm must defend
Against.
against Outworld.
Yeah.
And if Outworld at this moment of time, Outworld has won 9 out of the 10 tournaments.
Yep.
And if they win one more, they're able to conquer Earthrealm.
Exactly.
So the Elder God, which is also like the Earth Realm Protector, Raiden, gets champions to fight in this tournament. And, in the story, they win. And, that's what makes Mortal Kombat 2 happen.
Right.
This movie follows that very loosely.
Right.
That's the best way I can put it. The plot really goes. So, say this is the Mortal Kombat story.
If you're listening to this on Spotify, he has his hand up vertically.
This movie does this basically
and
with the story.
Waving his fingers around, basically signifying the fact that the plot just doesn't really follow the traditional.
It doesn't really follow, but it hits some moments of it that still makes it Mortal Kombat. One thing about this movie, which I was a little upset about, was that there was no tournament.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what Mortal Kombat is.
Yeah. I will say this, and I always say this whenever something like this happens, it's the director's perspective, or the writer's perspective in this case. The writer wanted to write a Mortal Kombat a different way. Warner Brothers approved it, so I'm guessing they're completely fine with it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the director's choice of this film and like how it would proceeded. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's a Hollywood movie. You have to do different things than what we're more familiar with. And I mean, like I said, I really liked it. There was, little things here and there that felt rushed.
Yeah.
I think. Um, I think the characters that they used shouldn't have been used in this movie because
Right.
they got a lot of characters, a lot of fan favorite characters got killed off, and I think they should have been saved maybe for a second film.
Without any spoilers, that is correct. No spoilers, that is correct. We're not gonna say who
Yeah, no
died.
spoilers this episode just because this movie was released yesterday,
Yeah.
so we're not gonna get too deep into the characters. Um but did you have a favorite character?
Well, here's the thing, because I want to get all of the negatives out of
Okay.
the way.
Yeah.
Um, if they're doing what I think they're doing, and this isn't what they're actually doing, this is my opinion, which is very off. It's kind of like it's not even a 50-50 bet. This is like a 30 or a 20-80 bet.
Right.
It made me when I started watching this the movie, I felt like they were trying to superhero franchise Mortal Kombat,
Hmm.
right? Which I'm completely fine with as an as a kind of a fan. I'm okay with that. I don't know if super fans or people who like Mortal Kombat more than me would want that to be a thing. Um, they should have just because we were talking about how they're gonna focus on Cole Young,
Yeah.
the new character. They should have done a Cole Young origin story, of a better
Hmm.
one than what they did here, because we talked about he's a former MMA. He won belts, and we
Yeah.
start off with being him being kind of washed up as a fighter, and that's
Yeah.
it. His whole arc is he cares about his family. That's fine, but that's all. All the arc is he's a washed up fighter and he cares about his family. I feel like they could have done more. Um,
Yeah.
Especially since this is kind of his origin story. And this is my
Hmm.
let's talk about his superpower for a second, or his fucking his because in this movie they pretty much, it's not like something of like mechanics, or they didn't have like their powers weren't like built or something like that. As they call it arcana. You get
Hmm.
your powers through supernatural abilities or supernaturally. When when he first unlocked his arcana, the first thing I thought of was Black Panther. Am I wrong? Because
Yeah, it felt like a mixture of like an old kung fu movie,
yeah,
and the Black Panther
yeah,
uh suit
yeah,
in the Black Panther movie that he gets, that he's able to like release some sort of energy and repurpose the energy. Um yeah.
they could have
it was it was weird.
they could have
I
done
didn't
so much.
enjoy his special ability.
Yeah,
Um it was somewhat of, like I said, it's kind of like a callback to old kung fu movies
yeah,
where when the kung fu movies started getting like kind of like supernatural in a way. Yeah, pretty much his body is like becomes like bronze and has armor like just on his torso that we
yeah,
know of. And then when he gets hit, he's able to use that energy from the damage to make weapons.
yeah.
And yeah, it kind of lost me there. I didn't really enjoy it. Everybody else's was,
Also supernatural. Let's be real.
yeah, supernatural, but in a way it worked, but at the same time it was more like mystical.
Yeah.
For example, this might be somewhat of a spoiler,
Wait,
but
wait, hold on.
every
Everyone, we're all right. Hold on.
it's not that big of a spoiler if
Yeah,
you're a Mortal Kombat fan. Sonya Blade is known for her blasters on
yeah,
her
yeah,
wrist that shoots a pink energy blast.
yeah,
In the movie, uh, it's a superpower.
yeah,
In the video game, it's a gadget on her wrist that shoots an energy blast. In the movie, it's rings that form around her wrist and they shoot when she wants. Like I said, it's more mystical um, than it is what it is
technical.
in the video game.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is yeah technology,
yeah,
which majority of the Earth realm fighters have. For example, like Jax, Sonya, Johnny Cage, um, and like the future Mortal Kombat fighters like Cassie
yeah,
Cage, Takeda, all those
right,
characters, they pretty much have like they're part of like the military,
yeah,
and they have like all that technology to use to fight against Outworld and all the other realms in Mortal Kombat.
yeah.
Um, but it, like you said, it's the director's choice, and I actually enjoyed the fact that they used it more as a somewhat of magic,
Yeah,
I guess you can call it. So that was pretty cool.
yeah. Uh, what else is there? If they weren't, did I feel like they really just shit on everyone except for Cole Young, the main people, right? Because we have Cole
I feel
Young,
like
Sonya Blade,
yeah,
Jax, and Kano, which I kind of don't feel like they shed on him, but not really. But we're gonna talk about him later. Um, because they if they weren't gonna do a Cole Young origin story, they were gonna do like this thingamabob of just fleshing their characters out. I really don't think they
mhm,
fleshed out Sonya Blade or Jax. I don't know what Jax's character arc is. Something about him feeling inadequate because he doesn't have arms. And
yeah.
Sonya Blade's
Which
character arc,
they kind of rushed it
yeah,
for him. I mean, there's not too much to tell. I would like to see a prequel starring them two,
yeah,
with them maybe like chasing down Kano, chasing down like other
yeah,
champions.
yeah,
That would be pretty cool. That's how you can, further out this franchise.
yeah,
But but yeah, I mean there's a lot of story to tell because I feel like this was, like you said, Cole Young's origin story with all these other characters that we are more familiar with
yeah,
already, you know, in the middle, maybe like, in the middle of their story.
right. Um,
So
yeah.
yeah, a lot of prequels I think can work with what we got with this movie.
The best thing I could say is they skipped Iron Man and went straight for the Avengers. Imagine if they didn't make an Iron Man and they're fleshing out all these characters in the
Yes.
Avengers. That's
Yeah.
the best I can
Yeah.
think of.
If anything, it might have felt like, for example, maybe Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
I think more like with Vision being introduced in Age of Ultron in such a big movie, and having giving him like a really big spot in the movie.
right.
So like Cole Young is kind of like the Vision, where he's like a big part of the movie, but not. I mean, for me, I wasn't expecting Cole Young to be such a big part of the
Yeah,
movie. I mean, but that's just me being familiar with the character of Liu Kang
Yeah.
being Star, so I can't be biased about it. I still enjoyed, Liu Kang and his little story with what happened
Yeah.
and who he kind of becomes because of it.
Yeah.
So it, if anything, this movie should be before the actual tournament of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Actually.
Which unfortunately, like I said, they used a lot of characters that they shouldn't have
Yeah.
if that was the case.
Yeah. Are we done shitting on the movie? Should we go on the positives?
Yeah, we can.
Alright. You asked me who my favorite character was.
Yeah.
Easily Kano. Hands down.
Kano definitely had the comedic
Yeah.
relief. I really enjoyed a lot of his one-liners.
Yeah.
Um, I could see why he was maybe a lot of people's favorite
Yeah.
character because yeah, he was really cool. The actor really like brought Kano to life,
Yeah.
which we've only seen once in the 95 version,
Yeah.
and that was pretty good too. It helps that this movie was rated R
Yeah.
because you were able to hear a lot of stuff that the 95 version was like kind of restricted from saying,
Yeah.
and this one kind of like it really helped out his character because in the video games his character is really like is really gruesome, is really uh ruthless, and he doesn't really have a funnel.
Yeah.
Pretty
Like a
much
filter.
he just yeah he's just over the top. He says what he wants, and he he's just a cool character
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I, I,
And yeah,
I'll tell you what did it for me when in the beginning when Sonya Blade said, "Yeah, I don't have a dragon tattoo," and I heard like really far away and a very distinct. I heard a very distinct wah wah, like very faintly. That's what
yeah, I noticed that too.
that's what got
That
me.
was that was that was really good. I mean, it seemed like it might have been put in a post production
Oh,
because I don't see, I don't I
it
don't
still
see that
worked.
being like, oh no, it definitely worked. I don't see that being like, during the movie. Or
Yeah,
maybe, I mean, during filming, but maybe it was, and still cool either way.
yeah.
It still worked. Uh, my favorite character was most likely Kung Lao.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
He probably, I gotta say, probably had the best moment in the film
yeah.
when it came to fatality.
Oh yeah. That
Uh,
was good.
he there's a lot of fatalities. Every character pretty much gets a fatality.
Uh,
Mm,
yeah.
should I spoil this moment?
No, you shouldn't, because the fatalities were good. All the fatalities were good.
I think I want to spoil it, and it's not going to be a big spoiler because it's still going to be kind of broad. Let's just say Kung Lao gave probably the best fatality,
Oh, and then when he
and
said his one liner.
and then most likely received the second best fatality.
Oh well, you just ruined it. All right.
The character of Kung Lao is very arrogant,
Yeah, he went toe to
and
toe
this
with Kano. He's
and this character is I mean, the actor really channeled that.
yeah,
Um, Kung Lao is known to be the one to save Earthrealm.
yeah,
In the movie, Liu Kang kind of says like, "There's nothing for us to do anymore. We lost." Kung Lao was our champion, because he was the descendant of the great Kung Lao who lost back in the day against Goro,
Yeah.
which they never really explained either, which I think is such a big part of the story.
Yeah.
And yeah, Kung Lao was really cool. He got that confidence because he thinks he knows he's gonna win the whole thing. And once again, we didn't get a tournament, so we didn't
Yeah.
really get that moment where he, is trying to say that he did win Mortal Kombat for Earthrealm. But we'll see. We'll see what they do with the next film.
Yeah. Let's stop talking about the story because I feel like we're gonna spoil more.
Oh,
Let's
we're
talk
definitely
about
gonna spoil it.
let's something else that was really good. The fatalities. We talked about
The
the fatalities. The
fatalities. Yeah,
fucking solid fatalities were absolutely solid.
yeah. They pretty much straight out of the video game.
Yeah.
Starting with, I want to say the very first one might have been Kano's, and then Kano's was just like original, like Mortal Kombat One, like arcade fatality. Like
Was
uh,
Jax's when he fought Sub Zero
Jax's
in
was
the
also his M. Oh,
when he fought Sub Zero in the
so this
beginning?
is the thing in the in the story of Mortal Kombat, Jax's arms are probably the most changed on how
Yeah.
he loses them. There's one story where Goro actually rips his arms off.
Yeah.
There's a second one, which is in the video games, where Ermac, the
Yeah.
Red Ninja, destroys his arms. And in this one, I'm sure everybody that listens to us has seen the trailer.
Yeah.
So everybody most likely knows that Sub-Zero is the one to take his arms.
Yeah.
It makes Sub-Zero that more scary in
Yeah.
this film
Yeah.
to
Absolutely.
do something like that to a main character.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Sub-Zero for a second.
Yes.
This actor, which I know him from the movie The Raid, which I think we talked about, did a phenomenal job
He
as
nailed it.
Sub-Zero.
He nailed it. He
This
did
dude
nail it.
was scary. This guy was just straight terrifying, and his martial arts was top notch. The way he acted as Sub-Zero, same thing, kind of like Kung Lao. He was just very confident with himself.
Yeah.
He wanted to kill a whole bloodline,
Yeah.
erase it from history, and he almost did so. And just, I wish there was a little more special effects with him, like with his like moves and stuff, like
Yeah.
with his ice freezing and stuff. But what we got was very was way better
Yeah.
than what the 95
Yeah.
version gave us. And it was just really cool.
Yeah.
His whole design was really cool. Like I said, the acting was like top notch.
Yep.
Um, the opening scene, which you guys can actually, if you guys don't have HBO Max, you guys can watch it online, and we do get glimpses of a young Sub-Zero. That's another thing. When I say young Sub-Zero,
Talking about before he was
I
Sub
don't
Zero.
remember.
Before he
I
was Sub
don't
Zero.
remember Sub-Zero. Yeah, Bihan, when he was
Yeah.
Bihan. I don't remember him not being able to not age in the Mortal Kombat story. So
Yeah.
the movie takes place, like I said, you guys can see this this scene. I believe it's like 8 minutes long on YouTube. I don't remember how in the video games how Sub-Zero is the same age in 1600 feudal Japan
Yeah.
and in modern time. Like that's, if I'm doing my math right, 400 years.
About.
I don't see how that's possible for his character, especially him being somewhat human.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed that, like,
Yeah, I did.
for
I have no answer. Maybe the ice
that
froze his face or something. I don't know. Or
that really
maybe
threw me off.
they're gonna bring something up of him like getting something where he's immortal if he
Right.
fucking works for Outworld. Maybe I don't.
Hmm.
Who knows? Um, we gotta talk about now that we talked about Sub Zero though. We gotta talk about Scorpion. More specifically, the last fight that everyone should know about. This isn't really a spoiler because they have it in the trailer. Scorpion
They
versus
have
Sub
it in the
Zero.
trailer. Yeah. Hanzo Hasashi
Yeah.
versus Bihan. Scorpion versus Sub Zero. Now that character, that actor is really good.
Yeah. I
Um,
will say that they
he's
casted the
in a lot.
roles. They casted the roles pretty good.
Yeah, his that actor has been in almost every movie that like involves like Japan.
Yeah.
Starting from like I want to say he's in The Last Samurai. I might be wrong, but he's definitely in 47 Ronin
Yeah.
with Keanu Reeves, and he's also in The Wolverine with Hugh
Yeah.
Jackman.
Okay.
So just kind of throwing it out there that he's in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Um yeah, as Scorpion, really cool. I
Yeah.
thought his age might be like the age of the actor might have like thrown me off, but he did really good.
Yeah.
It was like really cool. The special effects and the martial arts of using the spear and his
Yeah.
sword during that fight,
That was
especially,
fucking solid.
was
That was
that was
solid.
pretty dope. He's known as Hanzo Hasashi, like the greatest ninja to live
Yeah.
in this story, and you don't really see him for majority of the movie,
Yeah.
but when he's in the movie, it's top notch. It just makes the movie, I think, 100 times better.
Yeah. Uh I will say that I the whole time when they were fighting, I was like, dude, he's got to take off his mask and breathe fire. And they did it. They did it. I was yelling a little bit, but they eventually did it.
They did it in a cool way
Yeah.
too. Like they didn't do the full on
Yeah.
95 style like stop motion
Yeah.
where he takes his whole mask off and it's a skull breathing fire.
Yeah.
They did it, you know, I mean, we're talking about a difference of what, 15 years?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
over
not
15
yeah.
years. um
20,
so
20, 20? Is it 25? 25
wait,
cuz
yeah, we're 25.
yeah.
25, 26 years. Um So, I mean, the special effects, of course, is gonna change a lot within that time
Yeah.
frame, and yeah, I mean, I don't see them being able to do that back in
Yeah.
'95, but the way, you know, whoever came up with that idea where his mask, whatever was being covered by his mask, was gonna become, you know, the skull,
Yeah.
and like the rest of his face didn't. That was that was really cool.
Yeah.
That I wasn't expecting that. I was hoping for it, and it like just really like went over my
Yeah,
expectations.
it hit. It hit. I was satisfied.
um, I also like the little callback to the music though during that scene.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That like that updated version of the Mortal Kombat theme song.
Yeah.
That was cool. That was a cool fan service. I think that's what this movie is.
Fan
This
service.
movie is fan service. I think I want to say from everything I've been reading, everybody enjoyed the movie, and I think everybody's agreeing with our negatives and our positives.
Yeah.
um, so overall, I give this movie like a solid 8 out of 10. Just wish I just really wish that tournament would have happened.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where this movie is great for the fan service because the fans want the fatalities, they want the fight, they want all this.
Yeah,
I don't think they really care about the plot too much. They just want to see the fatalities.
yeah,
So from that, I think the target audience is satisfied with the movie. Um,
yeah.
they could have done more with the plot to like further exceed the expectations for the movie. But I'm gonna be real with you. As much as I want to shit on the plot, I really don't care. I give this a solid 7 just for the fights
Okay.
and Kano.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Like I said, it's rushed, but it's fun. It's it's what a video game movie should be.
Yeah,
It should just be fun. Be careful with the plot,
yeah,
but don't change it too much that it doesn't it's not what you know you're getting the source from.
yeah,
Don't change the source basically.
yeah.
Um but yeah, I'm ready for a part 2.
I'm ready for a
That's
part
what
two.
I'm waiting for.
I'm not gonna say who's gonna be showing, but in the very last scene, and I think I told you about this
To watch it.
when we were talking about Mortal Kombat. I think I talked to you about this. I wanted a certain character to be there that wasn't really there when I read the synopsis, and I think your volume cut out. Uh
Oh,
oh, there you.
you still hear me?
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah.
All right.
Um, there was a certain character that I wanted there. Um, and we get a glimpse of who to expect, and I got satisfied. I'm not gonna name the character.
um Speaking of that, glimpses, there was a lot of Easter eggs in this movie.
Yes.
Um I don't want to spoil any. Just keep an eye out for them because they're really cool Easter eggs, and I hope they're setting up for more characters to come out in the
Yeah.
sequel. We all know that. I mean, majority of the people who wanted to see this movie know the story of Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat. It's tournament after tournament, and Outworld doesn't get their way, so they go ahead and invade Earth. Either way, and that's the main story, and then it kind of goes off and
Does its own thing.
continues, and it is what it is. But to make the films good, you got to follow that main story where it's tournament 1, Earth wins. Tournament 2, they break the rules and say, no, let's go ahead and do like um an all for one basically,
Yeah.
and we'll just never invade you. And then the third movie, or what the third movie should be possibly, is the invasion on Earth.
Yeah.
And that's where the story should end, but it's Hollywood and they want money, and
It
Mortal
hits.
Kombat's such a rich story, and most likely we're going to get Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat 10, and it is what it is. I'm cool with it. Whatever.
Yeah. Uh. Yeah. Yeah. I'm probably gonna watch the second Mortal Kombat because it did satisfy me.
I'm I'm probably going to watch this movie like a third time.
Yeah.
I've already seen it twice. I saw it once like a quick really quick, just trying to see like what's going on. Like I was really interested in this movie,
Yeah.
and then the second time I watched it, I like I really like followed it,
Yeah.
and it got better watching it the second time, and I'm pretty sure it's going to get better watching it the third time and so forth. It has the value to
Yeah.
rewatch. That's what's good about it too.
Yeah. Uh. Any last thoughts before we wrap it up?
Last thoughts about Mortal Kombat? Not really, but I did have time to watch the Falcon and the Winter Soldier season finale.
Yeah.
And where they're going with this, I'm excited. They actually announced Captain America 4.
Oh.
So if you've seen the announcement, you'll kind of know what's going on.
Yeah.
But if you watch the show, you're gonna know. You're really gonna know where they're going with this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely recommend that series. It's really cool. It has like a lot of real life situations or problems or however you want to state it. But it has it's only 6 episodes.
Yeah.
And out of those 6 episodes, really solid film, really solid series. And yeah, I recommend people watch that.
All right.
And there was something else that I wanted to talk about. I think there was another trailer release. The Conjuring 3.
Another
The Devil
one.
Made Me Do It. Another one. Not with James Wan, so I'm not that excited. He's the director of the first 2 films as well as Aquaman and the first Saw movie. And he also produced the Mortal Kombat. So that's where we got, like our frightening scenes and blood and whatnot.
All right.
He's producing this movie. He's not directing it. It already looks kind of off to me based off of the trailer. It looks scary. It looks good, but I'm not too excited.
All right.
And we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
And with that being said, I think we're done.
Great, because I have to pee. Let's wrap it up.
All right. Once again, we're Film Krew.
We have an Instagram, Film Krew 7, and other stuff. Yeah. Got a YouTube channel and things if you want to watch this on YouTube. Or you can watch this listen to our podcast in any podcast thingamabob. That being said, I'm Quan.
And I'm not.
This is Movie Guide Podcast. We will see you all. This is Film Krew. I gotta stop doing that.
The Film Krew Podcast.
Film Krew Podcast. We'll see you all next time.
See ya.
We also don't have an outro either. We'll probably have one soon.